Following on from his shock victory over Israel Adesanya, many fans have reassessed their opinion of Sean Strickland, with arguably his most high-profile moment going into that fight being a KO loss against Alex Pereira. He was expected to lose comprehensively. Instead, the opposite occurred, with him soundly beating Adesanya. According to the official strike stats, Strickland soundly beat Adesanya, and when you watch the fight back, it's hard to find Adesanya landing much, if anything, clean. Nevertheless, not everyone is convinced by Strickland's unorthodox striking style. When you look at the form guide, you could say the result was out of sync, but not necessarily suggestive that Adesanya came into the bout with an injury or some sort of other distraction. So going into the upcoming fight with Dricus Du Plesis, the main questions for me are, is Strickland's striking really as good as it looked in the Adesanya fight? Also, who holds the grappling advantage? So far in his UFC career, most of his opponents have fancied their chances against Strickland on the feet, but his most recent fight may make people reassess. Because of the game plans he and his opponents have used, Strickland's grappling is relatively untested in the UFC, so it's not clear who holds the advantage. While Strickland usually comes in with the same game plan, and his tactics seem unlikely to change much here, DDP has made comments in interviews that suggest he's going to take a nuanced approach to Strickland.
If you're fighting on his pace, I promise you, you are going to lose that fight. If you're going to fight his pace, and Israel Adesanya fought his pace.
So taking Du Plesis at his word, I expect at some level he's looking to hang back and then launch some kind of explosive attack towards Strickland. There are a couple of attacks that would fit this. Firstly, a longer punching combination with a kick at the end, which is common in kickboxing, although much rarer in MMA. Secondly, he could try to hang back and time a big headshot. And thirdly, he could hang back and try to shoot. Although shooting from far out would be problematic, from an energy expenditure point of view, this fits Du Plesis' description. To look at Du Plesis' UFC run, he has managed to land some counter shots to the head. However, most of these have come against significantly lower level opposition than Strickland, especially in terms of striking.
Like I said, I need one shot. I need to land one shot. If Pereira could knock him out, I can knock him out even better.
Whilst the Pereira fight did show that Strickland can be caught, when you factor in Pereira's credentials, there's no shame in that. If you look at some of the other guys Strickland has fought, Nasruddin Imavov isn't a name that casual fans are too familiar with. Yeah, he's probably one of the best boxers in the UFC. I suspect that if Imavov fought DDP in a pure boxing match, he would actually beat him. Going back to DDP's point about introducing a change of pace, another option is to throw longer combinations with the kick on the end. This doesn't seem like Du Plesis' style, as he seems like more of a counter fighter.
If you're fighting on his pace, I promise you, you are going to lose that fight. If you're going to fight his pace, and Israel Adesanya fought his pace.
So maybe I'm missing something, but the only other strategy I can imagine DDP trying to use is to take Strickland down. When looking at Adesanya's performance against Strickland, Du Plesis has been very critical of Adesanya's lack of versatility.
And I thought, what is his angle here? Is he going to try and take Strickland down? Because he was on the back foot making Strickland come forward. So I was like, is he going to try to get a takedown maybe? What is he doing?
When you look at DDP's takedown success rate, he's at about 50%, which is about average. Though he averages just under 3 takedowns per fight, which is on the high side considering he's had short fights. Strickland's takedown defense is at 86%, but this may be partly explained by the types of fighters he's fought. Oftentimes, Strickland's opponents have tried to take him down once they are gassed out and beat down.
Any coach and anybody who watched that fight would say, shoot, just take him down or at least try.
People say Strickland is a good grappler in the gym, but I doubt he's any better now than he was when he lost to Kamaru Usman a few years ago. So, all in all, I think this is DDP's fight to lose. Strickland is likely to come out and use his usual pressure striking style. Du Plesis has sent mixed messages with regards to his game plan. On the one hand, he's hinted he can land a big headshot, and on the other he's suggested only an idiot wouldn't shoot on Strickland. In this case, I think the knockout talk is probably mostly macho talk, and he's planning on winning a decision by having the better overall MMA game, which I think will be the case if he uses that game plan. If DDP is serious though about trying to find a big headshot, then I think he will eventually will under Strickland's pressure. Let me know in the comments who you think will win.